Let us consider the interval is 60 to 100. Here, upper class limit is 100 and lower class limit is 60. As we know that class mark equals upper class limit plus lower class limit by 2. This is equal to 100 plus 60 by 2. This is equal to 160 by 2. This is equal to 80. Therefore, the class mark is 80. Let us consider the interval is 100 to 150. Here, upper class limit is 150 and lower class limit is 100. This implies that class mark equals 150 plus 100 by 2. This is equal to 250 by 2. This is equal to 125. Therefore, the class mark is 125. Let us consider the interval is 150 to 250. Here, upper class limit is 250 and lower class limit is 150. This implies that class mark equals 250 plus 150 by 2. This is equal to 400 by 2. This is equal to 200. Therefore, the class mark is 200. Let us consider the interval is 250 to 350. Here, upper class limit is 350 and lower class limit is 250. This implies that class mark equals 350 plus 250 by 2. This is equal to 600 by 2. This is equal to 300. Therefore, the class mark is 300. Let us consider the interval is 350 to 450. Here, upper class limit is 450 and lower class limit is 350. This implies that class mark equals 450 plus 350 by 2. This is equal to 800 by 2. This is equal to 400. Therefore, the class mark is 400. To calculate mean by using this method, we need to know the assumed mean A and the deviation. The given observations, that is, class marks are 40, 80, 125, 200, 300, 400. The center values from the above given observations is 125 and 200. Therefore, A equals 125 and A equals 200. Now, let us choose A equals 200. Let us consider the number of wickets, that is, class intervals 20 to 60, 60 to 100, 100 to 150, 150 to 250, 250 to 350, 350 to 450. Here, each class interval difference values are 40, 40, 50, 100, 100, 100. As we observe that class interval sizes are unequal, let us take least value of all the class intervals, that is, the least value of the lower class limits. Here, the least value of the lower class limits is 20. So, the size of the class, or class size H equals 20. Now, let us calculate UI, and also the product of UI and FI, for all the class intervals taking A equals 200 and H equals 20. Consider the class interval 20 to 60. Therefore UI equals xi minus 200 by 20. This is equal to 40 minus 200 by 20, since xi equals 40. This is equal to minus 160 by 10. This is equal to minus 8. Now, FIUI equals 7 into minus 8, since FI equals 7. This is equal to minus 56. Consider the class interval 60 to 100. Therefore UI equals xi minus 200 by 20. This is equal to 80 minus 200 by 20, since xi equals 80. This is equal to minus 120 by 20. This is equal to minus 6. Now FIUI equals 5 into minus 6, since FI equals 5. This is equal to minus 30. Consider the class interval 100 to 150. Therefore ui equals xi minus 200 by 20. This is equal to 125 minus 200 by 20, since xi equals 125. This is equal to minus 75 by 20. This is equal to minus 3.75. Now FIUI equals 16 into minus 3.75, since FI equals 16. This is equal to minus 60. Consider the class interval 150 to 250. Therefore UI equals xi minus 200 by 20. This is equal to 200 minus 200 by 20, since xi equals 200. This is equal to 0 by 20. This is equal to 0. Now FIUI equals 12 into 0, since FI equals 12. This is equal to 0. Consider the class interval 250 to 350. Therefore UI equals xi minus 200 by 20. This is equal to 300 minus 200 by 20, since xi equals 300. This is equal to 100 by 20. This is equal to 5. Now FIUI equals 2 into 5, since FI equals 2. This is equal to 10. Consider the class interval 350 to 450. Therefore UI equals xi minus 200 by 20. This is equal to 400 minus 200 by 20, since xi equals 400. This is equal to 200 by 20. This is equal to 10. Now FIUI equals 3 into 10, since FI equals 3. This is equal to 30. After calculating UI and the product of FI and UI, it is shown in the table. Now let us find sigma FI and sigma FIUI. Sigma FI is the sum of all the frequencies, that is, sigma FI equals 7 plus 5 plus 16 plus 12 plus 2 plus 3. This is equal to 45. Sigma FIUI is the sum of the values of product of FI and UI, that is, sigma FIUI equals minus 56 plus, minus 30, plus, minus 60, plus 0 plus 10 plus 30. This is equal to minus 146 plus 40. This is equal to minus 106. Now using the step deviation method, the mean is calculated as x bar equals a plus sigma FIUI by sigma FI into h. Substituting sigma FIUI equals minus 106, sigma FI equals 45, h equals 20 and a equals 200, we have x bar equals 200 plus minus 106 by 45 into 20. This is equal to 200 plus minus 2120 by 45. This is equal to 200 minus 47.11. This is equal to 152.89. Therefore, the number of wickets taken by these 45 bowlers in one-day cricket is 153.